once saw it.
I'm Kuroki. This is a story about some cherry blossom trees that used to be in our yard. My wife and I met and married in our hometown, and we've lived in my parents' house ever since.
I wonder if it'll blossom this year, too.
Who knows?
Yeah, these cherry blossoms are reaching their end. That's right. These cherry trees are over 60 years old. These 10 cherry trees that blow in our yard were planted when my grandmother married into this house. Although we maintain them every year, the inside of the trees have started to rot.
Can't catch me.
It would be a shame to cut them down, but leaving it alone to the risk of them falling down is also dangerous.
Yeah, before they passed, my grandparents also told us we could cut them down any time. There's one more thing about these cherry trees that's causing us trouble.
Whoa! It blossomed this year too!
It did!
Huh? Ah! Not again! Yes, this is what's giving us a headache. Strangers trespass into our yard, watch the cherry blossoms, and leave their garbage behind. It's our garden, but since it's the countryside, others just see it as a cherry blossom in a vacant lot. That's why we have to put up ropes and signs saying no entry into the site or cherry blossom viewing allowed. It doesn't really work though. People come in regardless just to see the cherry blossoms. We've even had to get the cops involved last year.
Unbelievable. At least clean up the trash before you leave.
Seriously.
Look, everyone! That's the famous Somi-Yoshino cherry tree in Etra Town! Isn't it incredible? Look at this beautiful tree!
Ooh. Wow, how pretty! It's amazing.
Please, let me know if you'd like a picture taken. Come on in. Please, come in and have a closer look.
Wait a minute! You again? You're not allowed in here! This is my property! You can't come in without permission!
Oh my! Come on, we're just looking at the cherry blossoms. It's not like it's gonna go away. Yeah, this is the main event for our customers.
Hell if I know!
Now, please stop interrupting my business. Shoot! Akane-san, thanks for helping out every time. It means a lot. No problem at all. I have all the time in the world.
To top it all off, there are shameless people who try to use our cherry blossoms for their own business.
All right, everyone. After viewing the cherry blossoms, please come by and have our delicious soba noodles.
Maybe we should call it quits this year after all. We're getting bugs, and it's hard to clean the petals too.
Yeah, even the gardener said it's reaching the end of its cycle.
Plus, they have to be taken care of meticulously. The maintenance costs are nothing to scoff at.
That's right.
Honey, your grandparents told you we could cut them down, didn't they? Don't you think those cherry blossoms have served their purpose?
You're right. Let's cut them down. And so, we got our kids to agree, telling them it was the last year for the cherry blossoms. After taking a family photo in front of the trees one last time, I got one of my friends to cut them down for us.
Thanks for everything!
Thanks!
A few days later... Whoa! Look at that! So this is what it looks like when the cherry blossoms are gone.
Wow, it's like a whole new place. So big!
You guys, be careful. What should we plant next?
Ah! What? The cherry trees are gone!
Wait a minute, what's going on?
Oh, hello there, Akane-san. Hey, why did you cut down the cherry trees? Huh?
The cherry trees had reached the end of their lifespans, so we had to cut them down by the end of the year.
What's wrong with you? You didn't even have our permission!
What? Why do we need someone else's permission to cut down our own trees?
You wait right here!
What? 30 minutes later. What? What is it?
There you are! I didn't know you were going to cut down the cherry tree!
What? We didn't agree to that! Yeah! You can't do that!
Yeah!
Those trees were planted before the war and had historical value. Those trees were reaching their end, and they could have fallen at any given moment. It was dangerous to keep them. They cost a lot of money to maintain. And one more thing. They were planted as a wedding present from my grandfather, so that was after the war.
Then you should have talked to us about it. If that's the case, we could have pitched in a little. Every spring customers would flood in just to see the cherry blossoms from the store. This is a disaster for the business. Either plan a new one or reimburse us for the loss.
What? What are you talking about? You must be insane!
It's your fault you didn't talk to us about it. Unbelievable.
That's right!
Yeah, replant it. Yeah, that was everyone's cherry tree.
Yeah, give it back to us! That's right! Huh? Everyone's cherry tree? We haven't received a single penny from any of you for all that talk. What exactly is the basis for you to proudly boast that it's your cherry tree? Huh?
What?
Yuzuriha-san?
You say you would have paid for some of the cost if we told you about it, but there's no way you guys would have, am I right?
Well.
You're all resenting us because to you, it was a beautiful view that was free of charge. For spending no time or money at all, you complain to the owner like it's yours. You're nothing but a menace to society, aren't you?
What? Oh my! Watch our mouth!
And you, the owner of the Soba restaurant.
Huh?
If you need to rely on cherry blossom to make ends meet for your crappy restaurant, why don't you just fold it up? In fact, your soba noodles are not good at all.
Yuzuriha-san?
What?
What a crude lady she is. Although, it's true, Azumi-san's soba noodles are not good at all.
What? Fine! What a classless girl you are!
Heavy! Hey, Yuzuriha? You sure it's okay to say things like that?
Of course. I'd rather leave this shithole of a town if there were more people that supported that soba noodle lady anyway.
But you're right. It's true that we didn't say it clearly before, which is why people like that kept growing over time.
I'll let the neighborhood association know that something like this happened. Yeah. A year later, the cherry blossom issue was settled pretty early on when the general consensus was agreed upon that we didn't do anything wrong. Those were planted after the war, right?
That's her, isn't it? How selfish.
And of course, the people with bad manners stopped showing up, and the garden became clear and litter-free. And the soba place in question, as expected, became deserted. And by the end of the spring, it had gone out of business.
Oh no, it went out of business, huh? No guts at all. Instead of relying on the cherry blossoms, they should have made an effort to change the flavor or do something to revamp the business. It might have lasted a little bit longer.
Devil. By the way, after the cherry trees were cut down, we planted a few evergreens and started growing them with the family. From now on, I would like to enjoy the growth of our new trees as well as the growth of my children. And make sure not to mess with Yuzuriha.
ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。言い方がきつかったりすると、いくら正論やその人を気遣った言葉を言われていたとしてもムッとしてしまうものです。でも言われているうちが花と言いましょうか。その人のことが心配だから注意深く見てくれてるんですもんね。何より言う側だって